they're overtly handling you. They're handling you for no reason. Like, man, I didn't do anything. Why are you handling me like that?
Man, you mentioned your mom passing, and again, condolences.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't speak on that. They, you lose loved ones while you serve that time.
Yeah,
for you, what was it like to get that news, and what did she pass away from? If you don't mind me asking.
She had ALS, and that was hard. Because ALS,
Eric Dane. I just seen him. I just seen his story. A guy named Eric Dane who, I guess, Grey's Anatomy. He passed. I didn't know what ALS was.
Yeah.
Until he explained that story, and I take it like a lot more serious now.
Right.
But for that, did you know she was battling it while you was in there?
Well, this all happened within a year.
Wow.
Yeah, it breaks.
It happens
you,
quick. Yeah.
It happens fast. Yeah, and it breaks you down like organ by organ.
Right.
Yeah, but what was your question?
To get that news in prison, people don't speak on getting news like that and what it does to your mental, because you can't. They don't do furlough no more as far as allowing you to go.
I'm an only child in real life. I say my brothers because these are my closest people.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? I'm the only child.
Wow.
And so it wasn't the news so much of her death, it was the news of her being sick, knowing she was gonna die.
Mm.
Now that makes you feel impotent. You know what I mean? That's tough. And not only that, I felt like in my head at the time, I'm like, the things I've done in my life, being such a wild child, caused so much stress on you. That's why you, in my mind, call it this disease. But that's really not.
Yeah, but you're playing that in your head. Yeah. That's in your head, though.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. You said you picked up a cigarette after that happened.
Yeah,
for the first time.
Yeah, because some guys, I got the news and they knew I was down, so we was drinking some wine, and then they was like, "Man, hit the square," and I hit the cigarette that day and shit. Having a hard time putting them down.
This is life, man.
I can't wait for you to take a break so I can go smoke.
Oh yeah, right. When I was about to end it up, but I do want to ask you because again, not only the music but the COs.
Yeah,
did they know who you were?
You pretty much, like when you go, like, again, it's the same thing, when you go to a different state that's, not really up on me, because they ain't like I was T.I. or Ron Isley or one of those guys, so I wasn't that big like that. So, but for the most part, a few of them eventually they will. And that's the gift and the curse, because a lot of them will show you a lot of respect. And that's cool. But a lot of them will let you know that you don't get special privilege, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask for special privilege. So what happens when they take that disposition with you, they're overtly handling you. They're handling you for no reason. Like, man, I didn't do anything. Why are you handling me like that? You know what I mean? But you handle me like that because you know who I am. You let me know, nigga, you locked up. I ain't here. I'm the boss. Yeah.
That's right. How did you get out? Yeah, if you don't mind speaking on, how does it work with the federal guidelines?
Okay.
For you to get your freedom? You didn't do the full 30.
Yeah. Yeah. You do, if I'm not mistaken, it's 85% of your time.
Yes.
Okay, 2008 or 7, I gave back 3 years. And that was because they changed the ratio, crack. 2010, they changed something else. And I was able to get back 62 months. Right? Again, just changing crack, because it should have always been like cocaine anyway.
Right.
And then the last year, Donald Trump had, he inked the First Step Act. And so if you program and staying out of trouble, keeping blah, 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 they doing all these different programs and shit, you could get up to a year off. And I got that year off, right at the end. So I ended up giving them back 10 years.
There you go.
But other than that, how I got out, I walked that bitch down.
Yeah. How does one even, like, when you say you get back to 3 years, you get back to 62 months, is someone telling you this? Is like, or do you have an attorney that's fighting for you still? Or is who's checking on that as far as to see what guidelines have changed? Or are they coming to tell you, hey, based on the guidelines, we're changing your time frame? Like, how do you get this information?
Man, most of us that are in there, we're staying abreast of that because we fighting. We like, this ain't it. And so you get these little reports. They had different prison letters and stuff like that. Well, we watched CNN every day. You know what I mean? That was one of my things. I'm going to watch that daily.
Right.
And so, the same way. In fact, to answer your question, the people inside, the prisoners, are more on top of post-conviction than the lawyers that's out here.
That's right.
Yeah, because shit, for us, it's everything. It's our breath. It's our freedom.
Right.
So that's kind of how that was. We on it.
Exactly. As far as coming home, they gave you out date. So you knew, or was it or just immediate release?
2033 was my out date.
That was your out date.
Yeah.
As far as once the guidelines changed and shifted, did you know you were coming home? And how long did you know as far as what day you were coming home? Or
yeah, no, it don't really work like that in the Fed because you have to get halfway house and all of that, or you gonna walk that bitch all the way out or whatever, whatnot. But for me, like 8 months, I let's say 8 months prior to coming home, I know, okay, I'm leaving on that date, but it shifted because that year kicked in, and then I'm thinking it's like 8 months up or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then they came in and said, hey, you leaving in 9 days. I'm like, 9 days? Shit, let me sit down. That's late, let me sit down. You like, shit, it was on July the 4th, 2023. They were like, man, you leaving in 9 days. I'm like, man, you bullshit.
Independence Day. Freedom.
Yeah.
A lot of people were on the campaign of Free Twisted Black. Did you feel the energy of outside in Dallas-Fort Worth as far as your name and one day Twisted Black coming home? Just throughout the years, did you feel that energy? Did you hear from talking to family members, brothers and stuff like that, hey, they're waiting on you?
Yeah.
Or did you tune that out as far as any Free Twisted Black movements?
Yeah. That's 2 questions.
Yes.
But I answer both. Yes, I heard it. But no to it. I couldn't see it, so I just didn't know. Yeah. But you could hear my son or my partner, man, everybody was in the club, whoop-de-whoop. But you don't know, And then you don't lead with it anyway. It doesn't matter because it ain't gonna help me get up it ain't gonna help me in here nan day.
That's right.
It ain't gonna make me no more special than this nigga next to me that don't rap.
That's real. As far as coming home, who was there as far as your release? And what were you expecting to come home to?
I was expecting to come home to, in my mind, because I'm so resilient, to come pick up where I left off. You know what I mean? I'm come take back what's mine, which is, the best to ever do it.